Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orphan Last, and today I'm going to be talking about animation software and such like that, and refer you to a few things. First of all, learning animation is more than just learning a computer program. You actually have to learn the philosophy of it, what works and what doesn't seem to work. There's a lot of times like people who are starting out learning how to animate, they will wind up just, they'll get the characters to move the way they want them to move, but there's no life in the movement. Anyways, so the first thing that I would suggest is to go on to this guy's channel right here, Howard Wimhurst. He doesn't know that I'm referring his channel to you guys, but this guy right here, he has a lot of really good tutorials. They're mainly focused. Actually, they are all focused on things like Adobe Flash. But I would recommend his channel because you can still learn from somebody who's doing animation, regardless of what program they happen to be using it on. The thing that this guy specializes on is body distortion, where basically it's a type of motion blur. And I'm not going to really get into that too much, but he does some really interesting stuff with body distortion. Uh, then he also has a video inside of his channel about timing, and just watching him uh, get a semi-finished animation and then working on the timing really actually has helped me with my animations as well. But there's also another guy. The guy's name is his name is Jazza, but his channel is called Draw with Jazza. If you've done any animating or looked at any videos about animation, you'll probably see this guy's channel. In my opinion, his drawing challenges are kind of stupid to watch, but every once in a while he does this animation, and you see how he does it, and he's describing why he's doing one motion before the actual intended motion, and it kind of you can actually see the cogs and whistles in his brain work. And every once in a while, he won't necessarily narrate what he's doing, but you know, if you're actually paying attention, you can see, oh, he did that. Oh, there's so many different things you could do with that. And so I really recommend his channel. It's really good. It's really high quality. Now, inside of this video, inside of the video description, I'm going to have a link to all these things. But here is a user guide for a program called Toonz Harleyquin. Okay? And it is 90% similar to OpenToonz. And you can just go through here and you can actually figure things out. Like if you need to learn about special effects, it talks about special effects right there on page 6. But it's not, like, I know for a fact that on page 6 it's not going to delve too much into it. But like I can keep scrolling down. Let's see, paint animation, working in X sheet. So here you can learn all about the X sheet. I don't know why it's highlighting everything, but there we go. Let's see here, creating movement, different using the stage schematic. That's something that might be interesting to look at. Linking objects, using hooks, tracking points. These are all things that I'm looking forward to reading about, and just kind of transition in between reading it on my tablet and then just tinkering with it on my computer. Creating cutout animation. This is something that, in my opinion, OpenToonz specializes in. It seems like animations would be so much easier to work with cutout animations. And that doesn't necessarily, since you're working with a cutout, basically a rig where you're basically creating a two-dimensional doll. Your animation doesn't necessarily have to look stiff just simply because you're using a doll or a cutout in order to do that. And let's see here, create animations using the plastic tool. That's interesting. Apply special effects. Here is a huge freaking section. It's still talking about using special effects all through here. Pages, let's see here, pages 279 through, well, it's still talking about it, through 325. So like this is actually pretty crazy cool. I can kind of 300. Okay, so we go into the 300s and stuff, and you can see matte cutout, RGB key. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do. There's like one that's even like what is it, like a cast shadow effect, and these are all things that interest me, and this is an invaluable tool. That isn't to say that once you have this, it's going to solve all your problems. There have been times where people have complained when I've tried to help them and referred them to this, where they've said, well, I followed all those steps already. I'm following them now, and I'm still running into the same problem. Look at that fireball effect. That's interesting. Like, every once in a while I flip through this thing and I find new things that interest me. Sun flare. That's interesting. Huh. And once again, there's going to be a link in the description, and this is basically a tutorial, OpenToonz paperless workflow guide. Now, if you decide to go through this little tutorial, it's a PDF paper tutorial. You can just go ahead and download the full guide, and you'll get the PDF, and you can print it or do whatever you want with it. And then there's the tutorial material. You need to make sure that you download this. And once you download it, you're going to actually have to go into your project files. And basically the way you do that is you basically just go into your hard drive and you find OpenToonz stuff. You go ahead and click on that, and then let's see here, projects. And then basically you would go ahead and just grab that file and throw it in here, or you would copy and paste it into here. And then once you're in OpenToonz, you'll be able to access it. And it's so much easier when you work with the tutorial with that, with the file inside of there. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking into a random folder trying to find what you need and trying to throw it into OpenToonz. I haven't really done the tutorial, to tell you the truth. I will do it probably in the future. I don't think I'll be using the tutorial materials, but I think that I think I'll be working on my own project. But I think that if you're starting out, I think that this right here is going to be a lot of help. And basically what you're animating is Mozart, and possibly with his father and his mother. Mozart's playing on the piano. I think it runs you through the whole process of creating little cutout animations, getting them animated all the way to the point to where you're working with sound and maybe special effects. I haven't looked that far into this, but this is something that might help you out quite a bit. Now, with that tutorial, it's all that tutorial that I just described is basically a tutorial on a paperless workflow where you're doing everything digitally on the computer. I'll have another link that's basically geared towards the traditional workflow for animation, and you can go ahead and download the tutorial with this link and download the materials. And once again, you just go into OpenToonz stuff, and then you throw the materials into the projects folder, and there you go. You'll be up and running, and you'll be able to start animating with paper, pencil, and light table and such like that with this specific tutorial. That pretty much concludes it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day.